A very good morning to you, all of the students. Students, today we are going to start the very first chapter of the book Hornbill, and today we are going to start the first chapter, The Portrait of a Lady by Khushwant Singh. Student, this is a very heart-touching chapter in which the narrator is telling about the relationship between his grandmother and himself. And here we are reading the very first paragraph. My grandmother, like everybody's grandmother, was an old woman. You know that all people, all the children having their grandmother know that that is the age of the life. The people become old. Same here, the grandmother of the narrator also become old. She had been old and wrinkled for the 20 years that I had known her. Having wrinkles on her face, people said that she had once been young and pretty and had even had a husband, but that was hard to believe because that time narrator was not too young. That is why he was hardly believed that the grandmother sometime having his grandfather. My grandfather's portrait hung above the mantelpiece in the drawing room. He wore a big turban and loose fitting cloth, as that was the tradition of that period. People, the males having the white kurta pajama or white loose fitting clothes, having a turban. It was very compulsory to wearing a turban. His long white beard covered the best part of his chest and he looked at least 100 years old. He did not look the sort of person who would have a wife or children. It means the age of his grandfather, as he is looking in that portrait, not revolting the narrator that once he was young, having his children and wife, he thought that grandfather and grandmother already they became old since he know both of them. He looked as if he could only have lots of grandchildren. As for my grandmother being young and pretty, the thought was almost revolting. When someone says that once your grandmother was very beautiful and pretty, but he doesn't believe because he thinks that the grandmothers are always old. She often told us of games she used to play as a child that seemed quite absurd and undignified. When his grandmother talked to him and telling about her childhood, that what kind of games they played in their childhood, the narrator thought that these kind of games were absurd and undignified on her part, and we treated it like the fables of the prophet she used to tell us. Narrator never believed about all the fact the grandmother told about her childhood. He thought that it is all fiction. She had always been short and fat, slightly bent. Here is the physical description of the grandmother, that short-heighted, fat and slightly bent. Her back is bent usually because of old age. Her face was a crisscross of wrinkles running from everywhere to everywhere. No, we were certain she had always been as we had. The thought was almost revolting. Expanse of pure white serenity, a turning point, accepted her, the seclusion with resignation, the veritable bedlam of chirpings, frivolous rebukes, sagging skins of the dilapidated drum known her. It means the face of the grandmother having the white pure serenity, as we feel whenever we go for the picnic or any kind of holiday, especially on mountain areas. The beautiful snow-covered mountain provides us a great peace, spiritual and mental peace both. Same here, the face of grandmother for the children always having a kind of different peace, a different kind of spiritual peace. Here he is comparing the grandmother with the pure white serenity of the mountains and many other objects that provide the great pleasure to him or everyone. Then old, so terribly old that she could do have grown older, had stayed at the same age for 20 years. He says that the grandmother is looking same since last 20 years, and she could never have been pretty, but she was always beautiful. She hobbled about the house in spotless white with one hand resting on her waist to balance her stoop because of old age. She always having a hand on her waist to balance herself, and the other telling the beads of rosary. Beads of rosary, it means mala japna. Her silver locks are compare the grey hair, सफ़ेद बालों को जो लटके हुए हैं, that's called silver locks. Untidy hair were scattered untidily over her pale, puckered face, and her lips constantly move in inaudible prayer. Yes, she was beautiful. She was like the winter landscape in the mountains, an expanse of pure white serenity, breathing peace and the contentment. Here the narrator is telling the physical description of his grandmother, that having a rosary in her hand, always telling the prayer, and all the work, she does all the work having a hand on her waist. Students, you have to revise both of these paragraphs, and tomorrow we will continue the next part of it. Goodbye. Thank you.